Hello guys, today I'm going to teach you how to do this coaster. You may have bought our coaster kit, thank you so much for supporting. So in the kit, you'll receive a punch needle with a threader, yarns according to your design, and also the monk's cloth, which we already drew the design on and also stretched to the hoop. And also a piece of felt for the backing of the coaster. Tools that are not included in the kit are hot glue gun and scissors. So first things first, I usually stretch the fabric so it's more taut, because sometimes the fabric will come loose in the kit. So the way you know if it's tight enough is when you push the fabric from the back, it doesn't really bounce or feel loose. This is how you thread in the yarn into the punch needle. So there are two holes, a hole at the tip of the needle and also a hole at the opening of the needle, which goes all the way through the punch needle. You just put the threader through the hole at the tip of the needle and into the opening of the needle all the way to the other end, and then loop in the yarn and then pull the threader all the way back out and leave 1 to 2 inches yarn hanging loose at the end. And yeah, just make a first punch and then pull out the loose yarn all the way to the other side of the fabric and start punching. So you need to make sure the opening of the needle is facing towards the direction that you are going, and make sure for this case the gold part of the needle goes all the way through the fabric. This just to make sure that the length of the loops are constant and like uniform in the end. So yeah, that's how the loops will look like in the end. Most of the length are like the same, which is great. So sometimes you want to punch from outside of the area towards inside, and sometimes you just start from one side all the way to the end. For this kind of pattern, I like to start from one end all the way to the other end. I just make an outline first so I know where to stop punching, and then I start from one side to the other side. So what I'm doing right now is I'm giving some slack or loose yarn at the end of my punch needles, so yarn won't be so tight. If you don't give any slack, then the loops will unravel and it won't stay. So as you notice, sometimes the fabric, the monk's cloth, will come loose along the way, which is normal. So you just need to stretch it back and make sure it's taut, because if the fabric is too loose, then your loops won't stay, it will just unravel. So yeah, once done, make sure you pull out some extra yarn to cut, and then leave around 1 to 2 inches extra yarn. And now you can start with the other color of the yarn, which is beige for this case. And then it's actually a repetitive thing. Yeah, you just start, and then if you have like multiple shape that needs the same color, I usually do this kind of trick where you don't have to keep cutting and then punching and then keep cutting again. So I just make sure I take out quite a long yarn, and then I start punching at the area that needs the same color and just start punching like normal. And this is another example. And just keep punching. It's quite easy. If you don't know the basic of needle punching, you can just watch our tutorials. So once done, your coaster will look like that. Cut the yarn loose, and yeah, for the back side you just cut it flush to the back. You can cut the loose yarn that's hanging flush to the rest of the loops, and I like to use my punch needle to move around the yarn so it looks more neat, so it looks more like clouds. So we can separate the color yarns and make them look more neat. Also, sometimes you have like longer loops, which is normal again. You just need to cut the loops flush to the rest of the other loops, and it will look neat, look like that. Once you're satisfied, you can move to the sun, which is the mustard color, which is quite fast because it's just a small circle. And yeah, I use my punch needle to move around the yarn, make them look neat, and maybe snip some of the yarns so they're all the same length. Once you're satisfied, just remove the hoop, and we need to cut the monk's cloth like 1 inch away from the design. And then you may notice that your coaster at this point is a bit curvy, which is normal. Once you put the felt backing, it will flatten. So you need your hot glue gun and glue around the edge of the design, and also in between the design and the monk's cloth. Fold in the monk's cloth. If you need more hot glue, then feel free to use more, because this step is important. And then I use more hot glue to stick the felt to the back of the coaster. So this one you might have to press the coaster for a while until the glue cools down. This one to help to flatten the coaster in the end. And I'll use the more hot glue to cover the monk's cloth. This is just to make it look more professional. Once you've done that, just cut the felt flush to the side, to the edge of the design. And I like to see cut from the back too, so there's no like jagged cutting. And there you have it, you're done. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys find this video helpful. Bye bye.